This segment is from the Air Raid Hour podcast. The full show is live every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on the Cover One YouTube channel. Don't miss out.
The three most buzzed about guys in my opinion in Mobile. These were the three names that I sort of heard the most, and I want your thoughts on each of these three gentlemen. Roman Wilson out of Michigan, Ricky Pearsall out of Florida, and Ladd McConkey out of Georgia. What are your thoughts on these three guys?
All three of them killed it. The buzz on these guys in person was crazy. Everyone was talking about them, especially over the first 2 days, because some guys started pulling out. By day 3, the agent gets in their ear and is like, "Hey, you're good. Take a seat. No need to risk an injury here." We'll just kind of go through them one at a time. Roman Wilson, the Michigan wide receiver. I don't think anybody made more money for himself this week than Roman Wilson. I think entering this week, the expectation was that he was a day 3 guy. I think now Roman Wilson is firmly in day 2, could potentially go in round 2. What he showed down there was incredible tempoing, great ability to leverage defenders. His acceleration, I think, caught defenders off guard to the point where they had to open up and respect it. And then his ability to snap off of it with good lateral agility was great. He was cooking defenders all week. He made the catch of the week. You've probably seen it at this point. The falling down one-handed catch on the sideline. That was against Quinyon Mitchell, who was the best corner in Mobile this week, and I think has a chance to be a first-round pick. He fooled him off the line with a little bit of a hezzy release, and it was over from there. At that point, when Mitchell lost his balance, it was game over, and then the throw was trash, but he had to adjust to it and fall down and make a one-handed catch on the sideline. It was great. I think Roman Wilson made himself a lot of money, and he looked fantastic. Ricky Pearsall out of Florida was a guy that we highlighted on Cover One Draft Weekly, Daniel Harms and I, before the Senior Bowl started, because we both really love his film. He is a crazy route runner. This is a guy that uses a head fake to a lethal degree to send defenders the wrong direction before snapping off a route. My co-host Daniel, he thinks that he is this year's Puka Nacua. Was drawing a blank there for a second. He thinks he's this year's Puka. I agree with that. And it was funny because in my own notes when doing the scouting on him, I said he reminds me of Cooper Kupp in the way that he is not hyper athletic, but the way that he can sell a route and somehow be 10 yards wide open reminds me of those Rams wide receivers. So Ricky Pearsall, he looked great in person. He was getting a ton of separation. He was catching basically everything thrown his way. He's not going to be a downfield burner, and I think Bills fans are looking for that in this draft class. So I don't know if that's exactly the right fit, but maybe as like a late day 2 guy, I could see that. I think especially if they do go round 1, hyper athletic downfield speed guy like a Troy Franklin, who's the love of my life, from the group chat. Ricky Pearsall coming back the other way as just a separator and a route runner would be dangerous. The third guy, Ladd McConkey out of Georgia. This guy looks like he's been in the NFL for 3 years already. His savvy, his nuance, the way that he understands how to run routes, whether he's outside or lined up in the slot. Ladd McConkey is a guy that can pose challenges for defenders in a variety of ways. I don't think there's many wide receivers in this class that have the ability to change direction faster than Ladd McConkey does. His ability to put his foot in the ground or decelerate within 2 to 3 steps is incredible. He's just going to kind of fly under the radar as this slot receiver type, I think what everyone's going to label as. And I think that's where he's his most dangerous. You give him an option route out of the slot and the linebacker is going to be in a blender. You better have a really, really good box safety or a nickel that can come down and really help with that and has quick twitch ability to go either way. But Ladd McConkey's a lethal route runner. All three of them had great weeks. They caught almost everything. I don't think any of these guys get into round 1. That's my prediction at this point. I think these are all day 2 wide receivers. But all of them, I think, are going to be instant contributors at the next level, depending on where they land.